Okay, you asked for it. What is going on, YouTube? Dallas here with a video for you guys. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you're back from my subscribers, welcome. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you watching this video. In this video today, I'm going to be talking about the terrain race, my review on it, what I thought of it during the race, what was going on, this and the third. Before we get into that, I'm going to have a little leg day today. Today is Tuesday, and we're going to get it in. Always feel like whenever I do legs, I have to squat, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna squat today. I'm gonna do a lot of lunge work. My hips are always like so tight, so I've been focusing on like getting them hips loose, because the hips don't lie. The hips don't lie. All right, we're gonna talk about the good, we're gonna talk about the bad. What am I gonna talk about first, because there's a lot to talk about for this race. I've done mostly Spartan races, and I've done one race that was like a local 5K race in Connecticut, but this race was very different. We're gonna talk about the good first. We're gonna talk about the good. All right, so for the good, first things first, I kind of like how you have to go inside like cold water beforehand. It was like, it sucked at first because that race, it was like 45 degrees, it was cold, my hands were numb, but it was like a different approach because, you know, you're gonna get wet anyway. That's what she said. And, you know, like, it's a good way to just get the body just going, to just shock the body. That was the first good thing. The second good thing is that it's a fun course. It's really fun. It's a really fun course. It's flat, so you can go like pretty quick. They have all the obstacles pretty close by, so it's like one, another, so it's like back to back. So it's really fun on that part. Of course, you get the camaraderie just with all the races, is that, like, you know, you got people working together, you got people just helping out each other. If you saw my previous video, I'm giving like people high five. I've never met those people before, so it's just something that these races just bring the great people together. You always think about, or you always hear like crazy stuff in the news about like how people suck and how, you know, the world is changing and this, that, and the third. But like when you go to these races, you meet some like solid people. I'm pretty sure there's some assholes out there still, but at the end of the day, these races, like, they bring out the good in people. So I don't think it was necessarily the terrains race thing that was pretty dope about that, but just the camaraderie in a whole was dope. What I did like about it a lot is the price. The price was like very fair. I paid 40 bucks for it, and I didn't even have like a coupon or anything. It just like was on the registration. It was like last day, $40. Like, oh, this is a really good price. Paid for it, done. Let's talk about the bad, because there's a lot of bads. I mean, not bad, but stuff that they definitely need to improve on in order for them to really get ranked up there. First, let's talk like the chip timing. So you would only get a chip timer if you ran with like the elite. I didn't run with the elite. I probably should have, because I actually caught up to the elite. I was the heat behind them, and I caught up to them. So I definitely could have ran with the elite. So you had to figure out when you started, and then literally right when I finished, I asked someone what time it was, just so I knew how long it took. So that's one thing that they definitely need to change. Let's just have chip timers for everyone. Number two, just, it was kind of unorganized. Twice I went two different ways. I went the wrong way. I didn't know where to go. And then like the volunteers, they really weren't like telling people where to go. They just like, I'm just like, I'm trying to run this race to the best of my ability. You guys have to be a little bit better with it. I do appreciate the volunteers because they're volunteering their time, and it takes a lot of them. It takes a lot of them to do that. But you got to understand, people are paying money for this stuff, and it's like you have to do better. You have to do better. So definitely that. Number 3, there is no markings on what mile you were at, so I didn't know how to pace myself. I was going at a pretty good pace, but if I knew that I was at mile 3 or mile 4, or there wasn't mile 4 because it was only a 5K, but if I knew if I was at mile 2 or mile 3 or approaching mile 3, I'd be able to push a little bit harder. I kind of knew where I was because the way the course was set up, so I'm like, all right, now we're almost finished. But I definitely wish that they had markers that that you can like know where you are. That would have been a lot helpful. The shirt, here's a shirt. I mean, it's cotton. It's cool. I mean, nothing crazy, but I guess you could work out in it. I mean, I'll probably work out in it. You'll probably see me in my videos working out in it, but it's just a normal shirt. The medal's pretty cool. Let me get the medal for you. Hold on. Here's the medal. Pretty cool. Has the date on it. It has where you actually raced it. Has a little bit of weight to it. Kind of plain, but still cool. Decent. But damn, it is. You know, my race, it was like 45 degrees, and it's now like 80 degrees right now. It's crazy. I mean, I'm not mad about the weather. It's just like, I just want it to be consistent or gradually like go up. All in all, I think it's a pretty decent race. They do have a lot of work to do. It's a good race for someone that wants to get into obstacle course racing, because it's not like, it's not really too hard. I mean, I wouldn't call it hard, because for me it wasn't hard, but for someone else it probably was a little bit more difficult. But for someone that does obstacle course races, it's not going to be that difficult. Would be more like I would use this race as a prep for a Spartan race. I wouldn't use this race. What's in my eye? I would use this race just to have fun, to expose someone to this type of racing. But other than that, it's a good race. It's a fun race. I'm glad I did it. I'll probably do it again next year. But that's pretty much it, man. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. More videos coming soon. I gotta register for another race. I have no idea what race I'm gonna do next. There's a few races coming up, but stay tuned for that. We'll see what's going to lead me, because I gotta do something. I gotta stay active. But these races are getting so expensive. I gotta get some deals. I need to get some Groupons or something, man. Man, I gotta check it in the savings. The way my checkers is set up, you know. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one, because we gonna get it in. Oh yeah, we gonna get it in.